Hi everybody, I'm Old Man Minecraft and welcome to my SlimeFun tutorial series. This is the first video in the series, just trying to talk about the basics. I just recently joined a SlimeFun server. It's not my server. Something that I wasn't too sure if I was really going to enjoy, but I've really gotten into it and I really enjoy the mechanics of it. You can build some really cool items. You can build some really cool machines. It's super grindy, to be honest, but it's something fun. It's a new challenge. It's something that's really been interesting. So something about SlimeFun is it's a fairly old plugin. It's 4 or 5 years old, so it's not on a ton of servers, but they are out there. And if you've joined some server and you're looking for some information, please follow along as I progress through it. I have tried to find really detailed information on YouTube or on the internet. And there's some stuff out there. There's some really good stuff, but a lot of it is old and some of it is just not very thorough. I personally, in a tutorial, I like my handheld. I like to be told exactly what to put where, exactly what recipes to use, all of that. So I'm going to walk through like all of the basic little things, and when we get to the more complex machines, I'm going to be very specific about the way things are put together and how things work. So if you're interested in that, please follow along in this tutorial series as we go through SlimeFun. Right now, we're going to just go through the very basics of SlimeFun, how to get started, and we'll go from there. We'll probably make our first recipe, and we'll go from there. Okay, so you might have noticed that I've changed servers. I'm on my personal testing server right now, just so I can show you the very basics of getting started. There's a little bit of a grind right at the beginning that I want to show you, and I highly recommend doing this at some sort of experience farm. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to type in SF guide. And you see our guide pops up in our inventory there. So this is how we're going to get through all the recipes. We're going to find everything that we need, all the information. This is a great guide, and it's super helpful. So I'm going to right click on my guide. And the first thing that pops up is this basic GUI that has different areas. We'll go over this in later videos, but for now, I'm just going to show you how to get started. As you see, there are things that are locked, and that's what we're going to get into to start off with. So for this first series, this first video, we're going to talk about unlocking the machines that we're going to need to get into SlimeFun. I've already unlocked a couple of them. So the first thing that you'll notice is this locked. It tells us what the machine is. We're going to unlock the armor forge, and it's going to say the cost. So that 2 levels is Minecraft levels. So you'll see that I have 25 Minecraft levels. When I left click on this to unlock it, I'll learn this recipe at the cost of 2 Minecraft levels. However, there are some really expensive ones, 35 levels to unlock this. So I highly recommend just taking an hour to sit at a experience farm and kind of grind these out so that you have everything locked. It's really frustrating when you're on a roll and you're trying to open up the next thing and you realize you haven't unlocked your machines. So you cannot make these things. These things will do absolutely nothing if you haven't unlocked them. So right now, even if I knew what the recipe was for an armor forge, I wouldn't be able to make this. So I've got my experience that I need. I'm going to left click on this and you'll see I start to wonder about armor crafting. It only takes a couple seconds and then boom, now I see that recipe. So I can click on that recipe and now it shows me what I need. I'll get a little bit more into this GUI, but basically what you're going to want to do right now is just go grind out some levels and unlock a few of these things. Now I'm going to pop back over to my server and we'll get back into it. Okay, so you might notice I'm back on my server that I'm on, that I play on, and you might notice there's a few more icons here. It's not just because I unlocked them, but there's a few add-ons that are not in the base SlimeFun. So your GUI might look a little bit different, but this is the one that I'm going to go through. I'm going to go through some of these things. I might skip some of the earlier things because of the cool later machines that they have. But if there's anything that you're really interested in, you can ask in the comments and I'll try to answer it. So the first thing, like I said, we're going to make and again, all of this stuff I've unlocked. First thing we're going to make is our enhanced crafting table. This is the basic machine that you use and you're going to use it quite a bit. So I'm going to click on the enhanced crafting table and that's going to open up the recipe. So this is the recipe for the enhanced crafting table. This on the left says this is a multi-block, so you can just put these blocks together to make this machine. And then on the right, it's going to show us what our output is, what we're going to make. So we want to make a dispenser and a crafting table. On this particular recipe, it doesn't matter which direction the dispenser is facing. I like to have them facing me with the crafting table on top. But some of the machines later on will tell you exactly which direction the dispenser has to face, and you'll want to make sure that you do that. So we're going to build this really quickly. So I'm going to put my dispenser down, crafting table on top. So now I've made my first machine, a dispenser with a crafting table on top. These work differently than normal crafting tables. So right now, if I right click on the crafting table, nothing happens. In SlimeFun, these machines, and almost all of the machines have a dispenser in them. You're using and putting things into this dispenser. So I'm going to right click on the dispenser, and that's going to open up my matrix for where I'm going to put items so that I can create them. And then I'm going to use the wooden crafting table. When I right click on it, it will actually craft that. So I'll show you how that works. We'll make our first item. So first thing that we're going to build is, let's go into our useful items. Let's make a portable crafting table. It's super easy. So I'm going to left click on that and open this up again. So now on the left, it's going to tell us we need an enhanced crafting table. That's how we're going to build this. We need a book and a crafting table. Now it's really important to put these in the right spot. So we need the book in the upper left hand. So basically it's these nine columns or cells. Book in the upper left, crafting table in the center in the top. So I'm going to, again, right click on my dispenser. That opens up and I'm going to put my book in and my crafting table. So after I put my items in, I'm going to right click on the workbench to make it. And nothing happens. And the reason that nothing happens is because they're in the wrong spot. So when I right click on this workbench, it says, sorry, I could not recognize this recipe. And again, I know I just said this, so I put this book in the wrong spot. So I need to put the book in the upper left and the crafting table on the upper right. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to right click on this, boom. And now my item is down in the bottom. So right now we're going to create it by right clicking this item. And before I put anything in there, if I click on this, it says I have successfully constructed this multi-block. So it's telling us that this machine is working. I just need to work on whatever it is, the recipe or whatever, if it's not working properly. So I have nothing in my dispenser. I've just created a portable crafter that I can use anywhere. This is a normal crafting table that I can carry around with me. And that's my first SlimeFun item. In future videos, we'll get into other machines, we'll get into the things that you could make, but right now I just wanted to give you the basics of SlimeFun, how to unlock things, and hopefully you'll want to follow along with me. Alrighty, well that's the basic introduction to SlimeFun. We'll get into it, we'll get into the machines that we make, the items that you can make, all of the cool things that you can do for SlimeFun. And like I said, I'll be as specific as I can so that you can follow along, and hopefully you'll enjoy SlimeFun as much as I do. Alright, well thank you for joining me for this video. If you learned something, click subscribe, and I'll be posting videos as regularly as I can as I progress through it, and hopefully we can progress through it together. If you have any questions, ask in the comments, and happy crafting!